Hi, I'm Rick, and you're in the Whiskey Zone, where we celebrate the spirit of the spirit. This time around, we're going to open up the inaugural release from the Ardnahoe Distillery, created at the Ardnahoe Distillery in the Western Hebridean island of Islay in Scotland. If whiskey is a reflection of its place of origin, then this spirit has some great potential. Besides its location, though, Ardnahoe has some other unique qualities that make it stand out. In their still room, the pot stills have what are said to be the longest line arms of any distillery in Scotland, at over 24 feet long. Then, to turn that precious vapor back into liquid, those long line arms feed into the only worm tubs on Islay. They say those worm tubs give Ardnahoe's whiskies a heavier, more complex flavor profile. We'll see about that. Around 90% of their production runs use barley that's been peated to around 40 ppm. And, like many distilleries in Scotland, they source their casks from both the United States and Spain. As a side note, I got this inaugural release from the distillery, and I'd like to mention just how much I love the bottle. I mean, look at it. It's elegant in design, and it just looks great sitting on a shelf. The inaugural release became available earlier this year and was released as a 5-year-old whiskey, with maturation done in ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso sherry casks, and it's been bottled at a healthy 50% ABV. It's nice to say that Ardnahoe joins a growing list of distillers who understand the importance of producing a product that's both non-chill filtered and all-natural color. That gets a thumbs up from me. The natural color you see is a light gold, like liquid amber honey. And those legs are gloopy and slow. The inaugural nosing of an inaugural release. Wow, smoked chocolate. Over-toasted marshmallows. Freshly oiled wood. Car wax. And hot buttered rum. I like what I smell. Fingers crossed for the taste. Big spice. A nice little cigarette ash. A sweetness. Maybe like caramel. Bubblegum. Like a creaminess. Getting the campfire going at the beach with some fresh twigs as a starter. And maybe roasting some apples. Now, it's got a balanced profile that I think stands up on its own, so I'm not going to add any water to this one. The finish is moderately long, and I find it quite pleasant. There's a creamy smokiness balanced with caramel, apples, and coffee, like a warm latte. A first release is often a tough thing to nail accurately, especially at 5 years, but this doesn't drink like many 5-year-olds on the market. There's a smooth maturity that doesn't overpower, but still makes its presence known in a big way. They wanted their whiskey to have a particular peak profile, and I'm confident in saying they're on the right track. I'm so impressed with what the folks at Ardnahoe have done with the resources they have, and I think anyone who gets their hands on one of these bottles will not be disappointed with its rich, complex flavor. Well, I think there's still room for slight improvement, and I'd like to see a young whiskey like this offered at a little cheaper price. I really like this one. So, without swelling their heads with too much praise, I'm very happy to give the Ardnahoe inaugural release a 9-10, 9-10, a 9-finger pour. Thanks for sharing 5 minutes of your very valuable time with me as I took a deep dive with the Ardnahoe inaugural release. And if you're intrigued to discover more, then uncork your curiosity at whiskyzone.com. And if this provided you with some value, then please subscribe, like, comment, or share. So until next time, drink smart, stay safe, and we'll see you again in the Whiskey Zone.